Good morning and happy Friday. Even though it's June, I have a hot water bottle on my lap and I'm so ready for the sunshine to come back to the north of Scotland so that I can get outside and really just enjoy the warmth of the sun on my skin. So I don't know what the weather's like with you, but this is a bit pants for this time of year. So today is day 11 of my 365 days of live or pre-recorded video shares, and I would love to talk to you about how you show up when you present. So from my experience of working with people, lots of the time we have a kind of character that we step into. So this character can be the entertainer, where everything has to be big and rah-rah and really good fun. Maybe the character is a little bit more childlike and a little bit help me, where the energy is more, I feel really nervous doing this. I don't really know what to say. Maybe the energy is coach, or maybe the energy is a kind of dictator energy where this is how it has to be and I'm laying down the law. Maybe your energy is just a bit flat because, you know, this is me and this is just how I am. So just take it or leave it. You know, I'm just me. So how do you feel like you come across when you present? I know that I can come across as really professional, as really articulate, as really focused, and in part that's due to many years of working on the news desk, where if you have 40 seconds that you need to get a point across, I'm not going to spend 3 minutes waffling my head off. There's no point. You know, I respect your time. If there's a point to be made, we need to make that point quickly. This is my mind, my value in the world. We need to make that point quickly. We need to get to the point. We need to make sure that that point is understood. I don't want to go away around the houses and waffle about it for 15 minutes because that's not what you're here for. You're here to learn something, to get to know me, to enjoy something, to do something while you have a cup of tea and a break. So I really respect your time. I also think that sometimes I can come across that I have lots of energy. And I do have lots of energy, but I'm not like this all of the time. But aren't we all of those different parts? You know, when you spend time with your husband or your wife or your partner or your children, you speak to all of those people in the same way, but yet in a different way. The way that I speak to my husband is not the same way that I speak to you. The way that I speak to you is not the same way that I speak to my mum. The way that I speak to, you know, when I go to the supermarket and I'm having a conversation with the checkout assistant, they're all me, but they're all different parts of me. And sometimes when we go to present, we can get stuck into one part more than we want to. Maybe it's the Mr. Serious, and actually everything comes across as serious, but inside there's a part going, but I'm a really funny guy, let me out. So what do you notice happens for you, and what would you love to be able to embrace? So for me, I'm enjoying this experience of talking more off the cuff. I don't have any scripts. I have a note that literally says funny guy, child, persona, Mr. Serious, Mrs. Cheesy. But I'm enjoying the experience of just being able to chat to you in a much more casual way. I don't have a script to read the news. I don't have a big, you know, slideshow of presentations that I want to be able to take you through. I'm just here talking to you and doing my best to get to know you better, to share more about me, and to help you to start thinking about your presentations and how you show up in a different way. Because nobody necessarily wants to show up and do a performance. Unless you're an actor, you don't want a great big performance. But what you do want is to amplify your energy, because if you're just standing at the front of the room and talking like this, or if you are on Zoom and you're doing a meeting and you're kind of talking in the same way and everything's just very monotone, nobody is going to listen. Nobody is going to listen. So you need to amplify who you are to some extent so that other people are aware that you are holding the floor, that you're the person who is in charge. Oh, and I also gesticulate a lot. I do it whether you're sitting here with me or whether I'm on a screen. It's a natural part of me and who I am. Maybe you do, maybe you are firmly hands in your pockets, maybe your hands behind your back. Whatever you do is how you do you, but in many ways it's contributing to how confident you feel, how animated you feel, how focused you feel. And in some ways, there'll be parts of you coming forward that actually need to take a backseat, and there'll be parts of you in the back seat that you really need to bring forward to be more calm, confident and in control when you present. So I would love for you to drop me a little message. If you don't want to pop in the comments, pop in the comments if you want to. Otherwise, drop me a message and just let me know what kind of persona are you aware of that comes forward. What's the character, the part of you? And it's not a made up part, unless you're sitting there writing scripts and thinking, oh, I'm going to pretend to be this. It isn't a made up part, it's just part of you. We're multidimensional. None of us are just this one. Well, at least I hope you're not, because that would be really dull as ditch water to try and watch. But we all have these parts of ourselves. So there's no judgment on how it is or what you're doing, but it's recognizing that sometimes we need to bring another part forward. We might need to retire a part. We might need to just allow ourselves to grow out of a part. But I would love to find out what you think. So drop a comment down below or ping me a message. Talk soon. Bye-bye for now.